Okay. Okay. We're doing something, chat. We're doing something new. Just a little bit. I have this really cool thing that I really want to know if it's working now. Oh, it is working. Alright. I'm gonna hope nobody texts me right now. That's what I'm gonna do. As you can see, sort of, Twitch has this new vertical feature, and I'm testing it out. So if any of you are using it, or if you decide that you want to try it at any point, please let me know what you guys think of it, because I'm not watching my own stream as we're going. Let me know if I need to tweak anything on the layout, all those sorts of things. I'm excited to see it, and I'm excited to get to test it. I'm a huge fan of dual format streaming. I want to do it on both YouTube and Twitch. I already stream on the vertical format on YouTube, and I'd like to do horizontal on YouTube as well. But right now, as far as I'm aware, Twitch is the only one that's actually have given me access to this feature. So I'm so excited to test it out finally. So if any of you use that, let me know. You can only access it on mobile, and you can still get to horizontal by turning your phone. So it's an interesting thing. Take a look at it. If it's cool, let me know. I may start watching streams like that. Who knows? Also, Admiral, congrats on grabbing first, and thank you for submitting your taxes. You're almost at 150 tax redemptions. GG's, dude. GG's. All right. Let me think. What's going on here? Ooh, that's... Hopefully that wasn't loud, I hope. I've tightened it down very, very much, my microphone. I've tightened it down a lot. But occasionally it just kind of flops. And the best way to fix that is just to yoink it backwards. And sometimes it gets a little stuck doing that. Hello, Nafan. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. What's happened to stream? Are you on your phone? By chance. Or I guess, am I on your phone, rather? Because if I am, you're going to want to probably either... You could keep your phone like that. It'll stream in the vertical format. Or you can turn it sideways. Twitch has introduced a new feature, and I'm in their beta. But they do still have both formats. You just got to tell it to swap over to the... tell it to swap over to the other older version. And I think channel point redeems are kind of bugged out right now on vertical. If you have any feedback on that, let me know, because I know Twitch is like early in testing on this. Like they announced it at TwitchCon that it was going to be in beta, and that was like a week or two ago, maybe a week and a half ago now. So it's very, very, very early right now. But yeah, that's what's going on there. I am still streaming in both versions though, so you guys aren't stuck with that. I see. Thanks, but I like vertical phone, horizontal video chat underneath. I know. My hope is that is still an option somehow. I don't know how they're going to go about that. There may be a button on there. Like, I haven't actually checked. I should check. Let's find out. I've never watched a stream vertically. I pulled it up for a moment. But I am curious. What does it actually look like? What buttons do we have? I have mod tools, but I don't need that. Went back to classic view. Okay. There is a classic view button. That's cool. Whoa. There's a couple of cool buttons. Okay. I don't dislike that. It's actually pretty customizable. I might try this out and just see if I can watch a if I could watch a stream like this at some point. That's cool. That's really, really cool. You tap stream, it says go to classic view button. Okay, gotcha. That's awesome. I hope that they keep that for eternity, in all honesty. because I do see the value in having both. Everybody's got their preferences for sure. For those who like a more TikTok-oriented experience, the new format looks better for that. But if you're used to the current way Twitch looks and operates, and you really like having, like you said, that full chat window, then that works. Hello, Ghostly. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. I see you. How are you doing? Nathan, thank you for spending your taxes. I appreciate it. All right, let's get into the game, shall we? Let's do this one last time, people. We're gonna fly back to the beginning. /TP me to 0, 100, 0. You ready for this? Took my first redeem. I'm guessing, yeah, he did. We've been building every single update within Minecraft, starting all the way from pre-classic and going into the full releases. So it's been a long time coming. We're on 1.15 today, which is the Buzzy Bees update. That all said, my hope is that I can do all of Buzzy Bees really quickly, because it's not that big of an update, really. Buzzy Bees was almost what I would call a game drop. It wasn't a very big update, but it was considered a full release. Also, 1.14 marks the change from the old textures to the new textures. So we're currently using the new textures, as you can see here, but if I go into resource packs and bump up programmer art, you guys are going to see this. This is what the game looked like. Sort of. Kind of. You know, there's nothing wrong with it, but I definitely like the newer textures better. I remember it was like a huge deal when they swapped to the new textures. People hated it. But as it's gone on, I really do think it was the right call. Everything just looks consistent, which is good. It is good. Buzzy with a B. Buzzy Bees. Although Fuzzy Bees sounds infinitely cooler. Now, obviously, not every single texture was updated. So, like, spawn eggs and potions, they weren't yet marked clearly. Like, all the spawn eggs are still the spotted colors. All of the potions, which I can't... All of these, they were all different colors. They've all been updated since then. I'm trying to think. There was a couple of other things that got changed in between now and then. I kind of wouldn't be surprised if we see some changes to the music discs, but they're so iconic, we'd have a hard time with it. They've tried to do it more with the newer discs, you can tell. Either adding more color to it or, you know, well, disc 5 isn't shipped. I thought it was. I must have been thinking of 11, but they've done what they can to differentiate it from the original discs as much as they could. Anyway, other side is not. That one definitely could use a little bit more work, but you know, they're doing their best to try to kind of make it their own, which is nice. But I would love to see this kind of carry over to more features, seeing more of the things that look super similar to start looking less similar, so that it has its own unique look to it. One example of that would be like the nuggets. They're all different. Gold nugget is upright, iron nugget is horizontal, and then a copper nugget is just different. The dyes are updated. I forgot about those. They've just done like little things to help with color blindness, especially, which is nice. I would love to see something like that happen with the books, the enchanting books, but I don't know what I would do exactly yet. I'm just trying to think up some ideas for that, though. I think some people have come up with things specifically to do with just what kind of effect it would have on your armor, and then if it's a multi-level one, then it displays a Roman numeral on it as well. That could work. But I would love to see more things like that. Just variety to everything, so that it's very distinguishable. That's the important thing. Anyway, we are on the Buzzy Bees update. Well, is there anything? We're missing some things. Hang on. We forgot to add the Pillager Outpost. I was like, I'm missing something. I don't know what, but I am missing something. We need to add a Pillager Outpost, like, right here. Which should be easy enough. If I just stand. Boop. Slash. Place. Probably structure. Outpost. Okay, it placed it down there. That's not fantastic. Jigsaw. Outpost. Towers. I don't understand the jigsaw thing. I really want to. And okay, outpost templates will work here. So watchtower. Boop. All right, there's a watchtower. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut out around here so that it's a separate island in and of itself. Okay, boop, boop, boop. Yeah. And then underneath it, we'll put a grass platform, and that'll work. And I'll kind of give a little bit of context to the world that it is now, anyway. You know, it's crazy to think how long we've had some of these features in the game. 1.14 feels like not that long ago, but in reality, it's been a little bit. You know, I've been making videos for, you know, almost half a decade. And I've been covering Minecraft update news since Caves and Cliffs. Pretty sure. So, you know, it's been a little bit. Because Caves and Cliffs was 1.18. I think that's when I started covering it, not 1.17. So, you know, it was like almost 2 or 3 years after 1.14 came out that I started even making videos on the updates. So, it's probably been like, what, 8 years? Hey Siri, when was Minecraft 1.14 added? The 23rd of April 2019, for those of you who didn't hear that. It's 2025 now, so it's been 6 years. That's been a while. That's been a long while. And I wouldn't have it necessarily any other way. Because I think the years have been well worth it. Seeing all the things that have come to Minecraft over that time period. It's been really cool. And I love it. I really do. I want to do like that. Try to even it out just a bit. Yeah. And then we'll just take some bone meal. And I don't believe there was any flowers added that can spawn with the bone meal being placed since this update, so we're good. There we go. Do something like that. I could add some of the surrounding structures, like from what was placed down there, but I don't want to mess with that, because jigsaw placements are kind of silly, and I don't, quite honestly, don't want to mess with it. That's the truth. I am curious, though, what is in the chest? It's a pretty nice goat horn, in all honesty. Now, goat horns weren't added in 1.14, funnily enough. Neither were the armor trims. The goat horn was added in 1.17, I think, with the goat. They didn't update the terrain, though, until 1.18, I think. I could be incorrect on that. It may have been some other way that they did it. It was kind of strange the way they went about updating it, but like if I remember correctly, 1.17 had like the mobs and a lot of the blocks. 1.18 had the world generation and I think a couple more blocks, and then 1.19 had the warden and the ancient city and the mangrove and all that kind of stuff. And then 1.20, the trial chambers, or Trails and Tails, sorry. Trails and Tails had the armor trims, which I don't use armor trims nearly enough. I know I need to, but I just never have really gotten into armor trims. So I need to get into that, especially soon. I've been spending a lot of time planning something, and I've got some ideas of how that might go. So we'll see. Also, I did do some work on this. I think you guys could tell. I don't remember when I left it off, but I think I was still doing some terraforming. I've since fixed all that, so now the 1.14 terrain is pretty well done. I'm just going to finish rounding it out so that we can do Buzzy Bees. But it is largely done, so we're good. And then we'll just kind of do that. Okay. I sent a video about, I don't know, it's probably been almost 24, no, it's not been 24 hours from now. When did I send that? It was a mumbo jumbo video. I sent that into my Discord earlier, sometime last night, maybe early this morning, depending on what time zone you're in. And it was very inspiring. It was basically all about the struggles that the Hermitcraft group are facing right now in terms of viewership. Hello, Oddly Fox. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Because if you guys didn't know, YouTube doesn't do a really good job of promoting series. Which is fine. It's actually, it makes so much sense, you know. It's supposed to promote what people want to watch. And for people to jump into a middle of a series it's just not common. So it's all about the way that we name the videos within a series, how we welcome people into the series who haven't watched the entire thing. You know, his big one was like Hermitcraft, you know, that's what Mumbo Jumbo is a part of, and I love Mumbo. He's one of my favorite people on the whole planet, basically. He was talking about how, you know, if you haven't heard of Hermitcraft before, you're walking into it and you're seeing Season 10, Episode 56, and then some sort of nonsense that you may not know anything about, right? And that's scary to somebody who hasn't ever heard of a Hermitcraft. What is a Hermitcraft? Like, what would that be? So, him explaining that made so much sense to me, because even in my space where I'm at, I forget that I am on a platform where not everybody has the full context of what's going on. And when you're doing something on YouTube, you want it to be welcoming to as many people as humanly possible. So when that comes to doing videos, a lot of that is about it's about trying to 5A, let's go, W Nafan. Also, I don't know why I couldn't see that earlier. Huh. I need to see if I can fix that. But I could see your stream streak there, but I can't see it in my chat. That is so weird. Alright, I'll look into that later. I can't see stream streaks. But I need to think about what somebody is seeing if they haven't kept up with Minecraft in forever, you know? So, you know, my videos are largely targeted at people who are trying to find out stuff about the Minecraft updates. So it does me no good to say things like, I don't know, just for an example, the spear just got buffed. Like, if you haven't played Minecraft in the last year, the last couple of months, if you've not been keeping up with update news, then that's not helpful to you. You're just gonna think, oh, that's some modded stuff. But if you haven't been playing Minecraft in a while, what might help actually is saying, Minecraft's newest weapon received a buff, or something of that nature. Because that tells the viewer everything they need to know if they haven't been in the Minecraft community in a bit, is there's a new weapon, and it got buffed. You don't have to say the spear got buffed, because they're not going to even believe that there's a spear in the game. But once they click on and they see that you're in snapshots and you say it's a spear, and that's the new weapon, then yeah, absolutely, it works. So I saw that, and it was very interesting. I think Mumbo laid out a lot of good points, and I've been brainstorming some ways to kind of get around those points with something that I'm working on. It's been something I've been kind of delaying working on for a while, but with just Mumbo's whole video there, it kind of was like, oh, I know how to fix that, or I think I know how to fix that, so I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna try to do something there. There will be more announcements and such about that later, but it's exciting, I think, anyway. I thought I was your favorite. I'm unwanted. No, you're wanted, Fox. I hope you're doing well, by the way. I don't know if I said that earlier. Alright. So the Buzzy Bees update, right? Let's just sit down for a second. We need a chest. I can almost tell you from memory what was in the Buzzy Bees update. Specifically, I remember it being the target block, bee nests, honeycomb, honey, beehive, honey bottle, honeycomb. And there was something else. Obviously, bees. Redstone is coming to mind, but I'm pretty sure it was just the target block. Huh. Lanterns were added 1.14, I think. I'm not 1,000% certain on the rest of this. I'm pretty sure I'm right, though. I'm just gonna put all that in there, and we'll find out. We'll find out. Hello, Philippe. Please keep chat English only. I would appreciate it. I don't see your chat all of a sudden. What the heck? There it is. Boop. I have no clue what you said, and I don't know how to say your name, but you love them like the ballet. That's awesome. Bro doesn't love me. Did I ever say that? Testing, is chat broken or quiet? It's probably quiet. If I had to guess. If I had to guess. I don't know for certain, but I see your chats. So. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, no, from what I can see here, you're good, dude. Okay. Right. Yes, right. 1.15. That's what I'm doing. Right here, right now. 1.15. I'm gonna get so distracted so quickly. Just bear with me, guys. Where's my... It's not that one. Is it this one? It's this one. 1.14 was the Village and Pillage and texture update. We don't need to worry about that. Okay, 1.15 was the release of Buzzy Bees, a major update to Java Edition released on December 10th, 2019. It added bees and bee-related items such as beehives, honey bottles, and honeycombs. Alongside adding bees, this is a really loud song. Oh my goodness. Alongside adding bees, this update focused on fixing bugs and improving performance, as well as adding numerous features that were originally Bedrock Edition exclusives. Interesting. The target block was not in this version of the game. Was that next? Was it in 1.16? Yeah, it was. Oh. Really? I thought that was 1.15. Nope. That was not when it was first showcased. Interesting. I actually opened up Minecon Live 2019 when they revealed another update. I don't need that. Okay, well, I was wrong about one thing. I will take that. I will absolutely take that. Hello, Chrysalix. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. So the target block can be just yeeted out. We're good there. So it goes beehive, bee nest, honey bottle, honeycomb, bee spawn egg, honey block, honeycomb block. There we go. Sweet. Yay, you pronounced it right. I try my best, but I can never promise anything. Didn't know if I was bugging out or missing messages. Nah, you're good, dude. You're chilling. You're good. You're good. Okay. In terms of World Gen, basically, I think they just added the ability for bee nests to spawn. Pretty sure. And I'm not really actually seeing that in here as a world gen change, but that's what it was, basically. Naturally spawns in flower forest, plains, and sunflower plains biomes. So I'm just gonna put down a couple of trees with some flowers around them, and we're good. So just bear with me for a second here. We're gonna do like a little tiny island, because it's a little tiny update, you know? We don't need anything too crazy. Go like that. Bum. Da, 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 da. Up, 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 up. And just like this, we are already almost done with Buzzy Bees update. Isn't that great? It means we'll be moving on to the Nether update, which is already a scary one. Flower. Okay, you know what? We'll take some double tall flowers. I never can remember all the flower names, though. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna scroll down here and find some. So what we'll do is we'll put, like, a few of the tulips down. We'll put, a few alliums down. And then, where's, like, a peony? There we go. Yeah. Do you like that? Yeah. Yeah. And then we'll take a... boop. /place feature birch _ bees _ 0002. I wasn't specifically... I didn't put the bees. What? The bees! What? Okay. Fine. I will do it myself. Boop. And then... bees. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Like I said, Buzzy Bees wasn't, like, that insane of an update. It was revolutionary in terms of what it brought to the table. But it technically wasn't that big of an update. It was very small. Really. Honestly. I'm already losing my voice. I am already losing my voice. That's great. Oh. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. And we need to go to 1.16. Alright, what is 1.16? 1.16 was re-uploaded around 6 hours after release to fix an issue with the Realms menu. Oh, cool. 1.16, the release of the Nether update, is a major update to Java Edition announced at Minecon Live 2019 and released on June 23rd, 2020. This update overhauls the Nether by adding 4 new biomes, 4 new mobs, the Piglin, Hoglin, Zoglin, and Strider, and a multitude of new blocks, including many variants of Blackstone, as well as the respawn anchor used to set the player's spawn point in the Nether. It also adds a new netherite tier of equipment, obtained through ancient debris, found rarely throughout the Nether. Hello, Orange Panda. Thank you for spending your taxes. I appreciate it. This one was a pretty big update. Just looking at it. Let's come over here, and I'm gonna try to figure out how to build this the best I can. Was there any overworld world gen changes? I suppose this was the update that they added the ruined portals and such. So if I could place one of those, we could definitely do some things. So let me do that. Yeah. Let's go right about here. Can't stay. I got my school's homecoming tonight. Just want to say hi. No worries, Panda. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Hope homecoming is lovely. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. /place. Jigsaw? No. Template. Yeah. Portal. We're gonna do ruined portal, giant portal _1, because why not? That may have been a little bit big. I did not... I didn't think it was gonna be that big. That's okay. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of go around it with some of this. We'll be doing the undersides of these islands later when I get some world edit. I'm just really lazy and haven't installed it yet. But it's so easy to get. And then once I have it, we're gonna be set. Like, I will not have any issues. Ba-ba-bum. Okay. Yeah. I really wish Minecraft would actually implement some more tools kind of like World Edit into the base game. Because the commands are really good. They're just very limited in what they do right now. Now you can technically build your own World Edit into the game using command blocks and such. But it's not perfect. That's for sure. Would you also, would you be able to call later? I have a question. Possibly, maybe. I can't say for certain, but maybe. Just depends on how long it's gonna be and when. But, you know, just let me know, and we can probably work something out. There we go. All right. It's kind of backwards, but it's fine. We do need a lodestone with a lodestone compass. There we go. I need to get one just so that I could have it for the chest. I need that. Chest. Boop, boop. Go ahead, somewhere in there. Cool's fade away now. All right, sounds good. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it, Panda. All right, I need my list back. Where is my list? Oop. That's not it. Where is my list? Where's my list? Hold on. There it is. I'm blind. Sound a lot like Furby Panda. They talk a little similar. That's I can see it a little bit. Not a bad thing. I need to sit up. All right. Let's see. According to this, I don't know if this is the order that they were added in, but ancient debris came first, and then it was netherite scrap, netherite, the armor, and then the tools. Boop, boop, boop. And guys, I got the achievement. Totally legit. That was all me. Let's see. I need more. Do that. Okay. I need netherite axe, shovel, hoe, block. Then it was the crimson stuff. So, crimson stem, stripped crimson stem, crimson plank, crimson button, and door. The order that these things were put in this game, it was very strange. King, do you remember me? The name doesn't sound exactly familiar, but did you go by a different name by chance? I feel like I should recognize you. And I'm not entirely sure from where. That's the thing. I'm assuming since you know Jorby, you're probably, if I had to guess, Decimation SMP. That's just a theory, though. Let's do that. Crimson fungus, and then the nylium. I went by a different name. Okay, I gotcha. Then I'm not entirely sure who you are yet. Doesn't mean I won't figure it out. What is the vine? It was weeping vines. Oh, okay. And then we got all the warp stuff as well. Boop. 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 No. Boop. I need to use these nether woods a little bit more. I want to do some base work in a nether at some point in time. I think it would be so fun. I say that. It probably really isn't fun. But I think it will be, and that's all that matters. Let me be delusional, guys, please. Warp sign. Slab. Stairs. Trapdoor. fungus, nylium, roots, wart block. Oh, right, because I was like, why didn't we have the red warts? And then I was like, oh yeah, you know, we didn't have red wart. We already had red wart block, so yeah, no. Not nylium. What is like the short grass version of warped roots? It's hyphae? Hyphae? No. Chrysalix, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I'm getting closer. Okay, so I said Decimation SMP earlier. But you went by a different name. And you're not from there. You might be... There's a chance you're from Kit's community. Kitrix. Or Gus. Either of those two are very possible. But that might be getting colder even. I don't know. Sprouts. Nether sprouts. Interesting. I've never actually seen that block before. Defan, thank you for the Discord link there. Appreciate it. It's not spore. Glowberries? Shroom light. Basalt. And then soul soil. There's a lot of new blocks in this update. That was kind of one of the cool things, I suppose, about it. Was all of the different all the different things that they brought into the game as like a as actual additions. You know, it wasn't just it wasn't just them adding a new biome with some grass, you know. Every biome had its own thing to it, you know. Soul soil was added to the soul sand family so that we could have the soul sand valley. Along with that, you know, we had a reskin of the fire so that you could have blue fire, and we had it was really an overall transformation, and for that to occur in any other dimension, it would have to be the end. But the end can't even have a transformation as big as the Nether update. That's what's crazy about it, truthfully. The Nether update can't have that same magic even ever again. Like, if they tried to add 4 more biomes to the Nether right now, people would not have the same effect as it does now. They wouldn't care as much. That's just the truth. I need, like, I guess blue stained glass or something. Just so I can put this in here and say it's blue fire. Soul fire, sorry. Soul fire. Boop. Not yet. You were correct with decimation. I see. Okay. I wasn't really involved in decimation SMP, so you're gonna have to forgive me a little bit. Because I was invited there for cameo purposes, but I never fulfilled any of that. So I wasn't really involved with anything now that I think about it. Hyphae, boop, 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 boop. But I know a couple of the people, but I feel like they all kept their names. Like Riptide, I think still goes by Riptide if I'm not mistaken. Soul Speed 1. I feel like they should just revamp the entire game into Minecraft 2 and merge Bedrock and Java. I think they should merge Bedrock and Java. Absolutely. I don't know what a revamp of Minecraft would require, though. That's the thing. To revamp the entire game and call it Minecraft 2, what would that really look like? I don't know, is the truth. And that may be what they're working on right now. Because with the game drop system that they have in place right now, it gives them the freedom to have a full team, a small team, but a focused team that can work on one large update. They've got the ability to do that while these game drops are going on. So it's very possible that that may be what they're working on is Minecraft version 2.0. Who knows? Who knows? All right, gotta go. Have fun with your stream. Thank you very much, Crystalix. Appreciate you popping in. You'll have to let me know next time, maybe who you are. I have garlic bread. Hey, Emmy, how's it going? We love garlic bread. That's awesome. Kind of like RL Craft or all the mods 10. I don't think that would work. The reason why Minecraft is so beloved is that there's so many different ways to play. And as somebody who does not like modded Minecraft, I would not like being forced into playing something that would be that way. I think it's perfectly okay to enjoy those things, but I would be forced out of playing Minecraft if it went all the way out that way. That's the thing. I mean, a lot of people really want, like, Hightail, for example. And Hightail is cool. I think, anyway. I like the idea behind it. But it isn't the same game as Minecraft. It's its own thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think Minecraft needs to just be Minecraft. The truth of the matter is, and I've told this to a lot of people, and then most people don't like my answer on this, and that's okay. They don't have to. But if you don't like Minecraft, you don't have to like it. You don't have to play it. But what I've realized is a lot of people, they want Minecraft to be something that it's not. Because their tastes have changed, and that's okay. There is nothing wrong with that. But I've talked to a lot of people, and that's been a common contention, is like, I want Minecraft to be this, I want it to be that, I want this, and that's okay to want those things, but to say, like, you won't play it until it adds those things, it doesn't matter if they add those things. You aren't going to play it even then, because you're going to play it for 2 weeks and probably put down the game again. It's at the end of the day, Minecraft is always going to be the same game at its heart. It's not going to give you a full-blown story quest, you know? As much as that would be cool, don't get me wrong, that would be really, really cool. I forgot this was even a block. It'd be really cool to have some lore built into Minecraft. That's what those kind of people really want, is something that holds your hand and tells you what to do. And that's just not in the cards for Minecraft, because that goes against the very principles of its game design. It's hard. I definitely get why people want those things. It's just, that's not the right thing. Okay. That's not the right thing. I see. I need chiseled nether brick. There we go. Okay. What are your thoughts on all the end update drama? There's drama about the end update. This is news to me. I didn't know there was drama about it. Like, I know people want an end update, if that's what you're talking about. I'm well aware of that. I don't know. honestly, I go back and forth. We were talking about this on a stream before this stream. I was watching another one, and that was a topic that came up, was the end update. And I can definitely see the points for it. I can see why people would want it. But there's a lot of disagreement there on how the end update should be handled. Because the reason the end was designed was to originally just be a boss fight. That's all it was designed for. Which is probably poor game design, admittedly. You know, we're talking a choice that was made 15 years ago. Probably 16, 17 years now, I don't know. It was a long time ago. So, there's that. They updated it 1.9 to add the end cities and add Elytra and all that. They add another use to the end cities by adding shulker boxes in 1.11. And then they haven't touched it really since then, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think there's been any changes to the end. Outside of last game drop, there was end flashes added to the game, where now there's like a purple lightning effect that kind of bursts through the world, which is cool. But it's tough. The world... The end itself feels like it's supposed to be a void, and I'm not against it not being a void. I think, honestly, I would love to see, like, a deep purple wood. You know, we've got, Crimson Wood, which is not really purple, but it's kind of got, like... It's not red either, because Mangrove is much closer to a red, right? Comparatively speaking, that one's more purple, especially when we bring out, like... red concrete and purple concrete, and let's just pull out pink as well, because that's kind of between the two. You know, I would say Crimson probably falls in between red and pink more than red and purple, but I would love to see an actual purple wood, or even a black wood, or both. I think both could work. And do like 2 biomes within the end. Now, what I heard in that stream that I was watching was somebody mentioned that the wood grows either into the ground like a root, and so you have to mine it out like that, or it grows on the underside of the island and you have to dangle over the void to get it, which would be kind of cool as well. It's another sense of progression, and I kind of like it, so that might be a thing that I would be interested in seeing. But you gotta be careful adding things to old features like that. I know Mojang has said they will not add another dimension until all their current ones feel much more polished. Now, that was a while ago. So we're looking at a very different Minecraft right now than what they said that originally in. But we've had another update. We've seen a lot of changes to the overworld, but I don't think it's enough to say the overworld is polished enough. That's what these game drops are really helpful for, is polishing the overworld, because they can do all these little changes and address these little issues so that people will slowly but surely be accustomed to what an overhaul would look like to the overworld. Consider 1.21 to be the overworld update almost, because we've had the trial chambers. We've seen a lot of uses thrown in on a whole bunch of things here. So the Happy Gas addresses issues with villager transportation, or just mob transport in general. It sees, with the copper golems, that was like it added a use to copper. And it also gave way to possibly fixing some of the inventory sorting issues. People are going to be a lot less hesitant to have a storage system in their base if they don't have to touch redstone one bit, and it's all going to sort itself out. So suddenly your 27 slots here are now going to be a lot more controllable because of that. So all these little updates have actually been to address other issues. Mounts of Mayhem is a similar thing. They've added a new weapon because people are asking for more weapons. So we got the mace, we got the trident, we have the spear. I think the trident is probably far-fetched to say that we got that recently. That's probably been 7 or 8 years now, if I had to put a number on that. So it's been a bit. But, you know, the spear was kind of a possible counteraction to the mace, I think. So it's about balancing that. And with the Mounts of Mayhem update, we're bringing life to a new feature, or an old feature, rather. We brought back the zombie horse. So excited about that. We found a great way to introduce the spear to the player so that the second they spawn in and they see it, they're like, I wonder, how can I get that? And if they pick it up, I'm sure it introduces the crafting recipe to them anyway. So then they'll know how to craft a spear without having to get all the materials for it. They'll already know, and so then they can try to make it. They've addressed some of those things early on with this weapon, which is awesome. And then we're also getting the Nautilus, which is an underwater mob that you can ride around. That's awesome. And it's the happy gas of the ocean, basically. So if you're trying to build underwater, the Nautilus is like a great tool for that. And Mojang has been playing it very strategic, and they're trying to address the transportation issues so that it doesn't feel like you have to have an Elytra. My guess is what we're probably going to be seeing is either a nerf to the Elytra or some buffs to world load times so that we can have faster minecarts. My big gripe with minecarts is just how slow they are. It's a very, very, very big issue, and I think they should buff that. And they've been taking steps to making worlds load faster. They've removed spawn chunks as a concept. You can still force load chunks, and you can do that with portals. So if you don't want to do a command, you don't have to, or you can just do force load if you want to have your spawn chunks still. But with the removal of that, your slower machines are going to do much better at loading in things. Which means that we can actually buff minecart speeds now without it being a issue. And I think Mojang is probably seriously considering that because right now there's just not a good purpose to minecarts otherwise, besides item collection and farming. But that's like, why would the average player need that? They don't. That's the sad truth to that. Let's see. I mean, there was Minecraft Story Mode at a point. They could make a sequel. I think Minecraft Story Mode is fine. And I would have loved to actually have seen a Minecraft Story Mode Chapter 3. Or I would have loved to have seen a spin-off of that. Telltale Studios went under. They kind of came back. I don't know if they'll come back to Minecraft Story Mode. It sounds like Microsoft is all about developing the IP in their own house now. So the chances of us seeing that is not high, especially after they killed Minecraft Dungeons and Minecraft Legends, and have seemingly no interest in bringing in any other projects like that. But I do agree. I do think it would be cool to see a Minecraft Story Mode 3. The reason why that worked, though, was because it wasn't integrated into Minecraft itself. It was its own standalone thing, which is nice. Emmy, you are asking a question. Can I get critiques on my vid if you had any? Yes. Okay. I just had to get it into my head so I could remember your video, because I've seen it. I watched it. So big one that I noticed predominantly was pacing, which is something that you'll just develop a taste for over time. And you're also right, Unicus. I do need magma. Let me go and do that. You'll kind of develop a taste for the... Actually, you know what? No, I placed this with a command, so it's fine. We're gonna do a couple of other biomes. So let me just start with like a Soul Sand Valley or something. But yeah, you'll develop a taste for the pacing as you go, for sure. Big one that I can just kind of recommend off the top of my head is your Twitch username. Yeah, it's the same as my YouTube, just without the MC. Too fast or slow? At times it was a little fast, and we had no clue it was. I knew what you were doing, like for example with the glass, you were smelting it, but it wasn't super obvious if you didn't know that already. So it was a little fast in that regard, but at other times it was a little slow. So it's kind of like there's a happy medium. You'll kind of pick up on it a little bit. The best way that I can recommend that fixing that, that's helped me anyway, was I would sit there and I would go, okay, if I weren't me and I had no context on my thought process, which is a hard thing to like honestly come to. It takes a lot of practice. I'm not even really good at it. I say, and I cut that out. What does that look like? Does that make sense to me? Yes or no? And then I kind of reiterate it until it makes sense with as little footage as possible. You want to provide the most value for the least amount of time. Attention span is like dwindling. It's like humans have less attention span than a goldfish now. That may actually have swung. I don't know if that has come back around yet, but at one point it dipped below the attention span of a goldfish. So, you don't want to like over polish it. I don't know if I think you watched the Mumbo Jumbo video, or you had it in your watch later. I don't remember. But in that video, he kind of addresses that, how Let's Play videos are too long to be over edited and finely tuned to be like a production, but they're too short to just be background tasks. Mr. Dave, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you. So, it's one of those things you'll kind of find your editing style as you go. Everybody has one. You just sort of develop it over time due to what you're willing to edit, how much time you're willing to spend, and how picky you are about how it looks. Between those two, you'll eventually find your editing style. So don't feel bad about that. The other thing that I noticed was at times you were a little quiet. I could hear you, but YouTube didn't in general, so it didn't pop up on the captions. I use captions because I can hear, but I can't hear well in general. But I was able to hear, like, I could hear you when you were saying bonk. YouTube would pick it up sometimes, but most of the time it was struggling, especially as you got into it. That wasn't a huge deal though. You're still, like you said, this is the first video in a while. I kind of went back and looked because I was like, I wanted to get some context on it. If it was your first video, really dang good. Like, to do a video like that, you picked up all the necessities, so that was good. And having been your first one in, like, I think it was a year, maybe a year and a half. I didn't look at the exact numbers, but it looked about that long. Pretty good. So I think you're on to something. Just, you know, those small things there, you'll start to tweak it and you'll figure some things out. Um, yeah, I'll comment a little bit more on that in a second. Diagonal shovels is too heavy at higher levels. Then why can you lower it faster without dropping it? I don't know, in all honesty, why why they did some of the things they did, other than just game balancing reasons. It's not always supposed to be realistic. Bum. Dame. Hello, Juanito. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you, dude. Back from YouTube. Heck yeah, dude. How's it going? It's good to see you on the Twitch side. I watched it, but not full attention. That's fair. I don't blame you one bit. It's a longer video, in terms of, like, the topic. I found it very interesting because I've been deeply ingrained into Hermitcraft. It's in the back of my head. It's the kind of content I would love to make, but I don't have the time to dedicate towards, or the group to dedicate it on. And I'm a statistics nerd to some degree, so seeing Mumbo talk about YouTube stats a little bit was kind of nice for me. So that definitely helped. Let's see. I made videos before, but I haven't done a video in a while. The game audio is much louder than my mic for the first part of the video. Yeah, you caught onto that, like, really quickly, which is good. Overall, I thought it was a good video, especially considering you haven't been consistently making videos in a long time. So you did good, Emmy. You did good. Yeah, honestly, you know, you'll start figuring out some of that stuff where you can cut, what you don't cut. Yeah. My sister's critique was continuity, kind of like what you were saying about the glass and it not being super clear, or that she didn't get why I did the animals all at once. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I could agree with the animals thing, as well, I suppose. Some voiceover may have helped, with the animals, I think. You know, I think... Is Elfie? Elfie might do this. I see. Hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate. Appreciate it, dude. I've got, like, an itch on my ribs, and I'm trying to get it. Elfie, yeah, he does some voiceover, and I know, like, when he's getting ready to do, like, a time-lapse, so, like, for example, when you did the, animal pins, for you, I think it just cut over to doing the animal pins. You didn't say, like, and now I'm going to do the animal pins. Sometimes that helps, to just give context right away and say, I'm going to do this. Now, you may have been going, like, I didn't record that beforehand, and you got to the editing, and you were like, oh, shoot, I forgot to record that. You can always, it's a little trick, and I've been guilty of doing it several times in videos that haven't been released. But I have walked off to somewhere else and just done, like, a talking, like, to the camera kind of deal, F5 mode, and as I'm walking, I explain. And now I'm gonna go ahead and build a animal pin so that we have somewhere nice to keep our animals. And then boom, you know, like, you have to do some editing magic sometimes because I forget a lot, and unless you're, like, hyper planning everything, which it's hard to do with survival stuff, so you're good. But yes, you have a very good basis there, so it's just about refining that basis and keeping it going. I think you're onto something there. Hydrate. Wait, what are we talking about? We were talking about Emmy's videos. Emmy did a video today about a Forever World. She has started her own survival series, and so she was asking for some critiques. I'm sorry, I had to scroll up to find the word. There it is. But yeah, critiques. She was asking for some critiques on it, so I tried. I hope that it's helpful advice. I try whenever I do say something, I want to give an alternative. I don't want to just say, this part was bad. Like, that's not helpful. That's not helpful. But being able to say it could have, if this was better, or if this could have been a little bit better, and here's how I would do it. That's how I try to. That's helpful advice, and that's what I try to stress in a lot of things with a lot of people. Because a lot of people aren't good at giving advice. You don't want to just tell somebody that they suck. That's not good. That's not helpful. I get that advice from all of the people all the time. It's not helpful advice. You want, it sucks because at the very least, right? So that's my hope. Is that maybe my advice is somewhat helpful. I think your video didn't suck, just to be clear. I thought it was actually pretty good. I watched the entire thing, and I had it on my main monitor too, so it's not like I was just listening to it in the background or anything. I did watch. So you had my attention. Now I'm an old man, so it's not... I may not be your target audience. I don't know. I need some basalt. I need some magma. And then... I think that's good, yeah. We'll come down here. Alright. Use your V-Bucks, bruh. Also, Hatboro, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Oh, that's real. It's just a song. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Hope you're doing well, though. It's good to see you. I've done that in the past, but forgot that it was a good technique in video creating, so I wasn't even thinking about that being helpful. You're all good. And honestly, this is one small thing that I do, because it's overwhelming when you're getting all this feedback, and you're like, how do I put that in my next video, because you're trying to incorporate like 12 different things. It gets overwhelming. So what I recommend, just take one thing from anybody that's watched it, or any advice that you've received or something that you've noticed. Pick one thing and just focus on that for the next video. And then adopt one more thing on top of that. Otherwise, it's easy to stress out and go, I don't know how to do this. That's currently where I'm at with my thing that I've been planning. Is I've been planning so much that now I'm like, I don't know how to do it because it's so big. And there's a lot of skills that I've never used before that I'm trying to incorporate into it so that it comes out well. And it's a little overwhelming, so I need to just cut things from the first part of it and say we'll do it better as we go, or I need to figure out a way to not be overwhelmed by it, which is easier said than done. Let's see. Just getting advice from a friend. Yes. I have a hard time seeing the areas I need to grow on my own. That's fair. That's so fair. I've been stuck like that. I get stuck like that all the time. So you're the best thing anyone can do for anything is ask for advice. Like, pro tip, guys, if you want to get good at anything, ask somebody for help. I've talked to one of my friends recently. He's got 100, no, not even 100, I'm sorry. He's shooting for 100,000 subscribers. He's got 33,000 last I checked. So it's probably even higher than that now. I ask him for advice all the time. Like, I'm like, dude, teach me your ways. And he's like, honestly, you need to do this. You should probably try to do that. And like, I don't do a good job at it, at incorporating all of his ideas, because His ideas are good. They're very good. It's just, I live in a very unique scenario, which I actually do want to kind of update you guys on that a little bit. Not a ton, but a little bit. Because living situations are fun. But I have a hard time with some of that, and he understands this, so it's all good. He's not like, bro, you're disappointing me and everyone around you. He's like, no, that's fair, but you should really try to do this if you can. So, name the guy, PC Gus on YouTube. He might. I don't think he's live right now. I don't think he is. But he makes YouTube shorts about pretty much anything and everything. Just whatever he wants. And he uses Minecraft as the backdrop. And he talks about Minecraft too. I think it's like... I don't know what the ratio is exactly, but it's pretty much half and half. He talks about random stuff. And he talks about Minecraft stuff. He's a really cool dude, though. Really, really cool dude. Actually found you from him? Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah. That's the guy. He's a really cool dude. He is a really, really cool dude. But yeah, he inspired me, or he told me. He's like, hey, making a video about the cape is a really good idea. You should do it. And I was like, I don't know, I'm tired. I'm tired, boss. And he's like, I know. But if you can get, like, a little bit of strength together and just do it, you might pull in some views. And it didn't turn out well, but, he liked the video. I don't know if he was being 100% honest with me, but I trust him enough. And, you know, I do think he wouldn't lie to me and say that was, like... He didn't say it was the best video I ever made, which I'm glad, because I know that would have been a bold-faced lie. But he likes how chill my videos are, and so I've been able to take that feedback at the very least and say, okay, if I'm not feeling 100%, then I can just try to do a chill video and play to my strengths, because it's really easy to go over the top and do too much. So what if I just play to the strengths I have? If I can make a chill video, a chill stream, and it not be... I'm gonna turn this down because it's just a smidge loud. That did not help. There we go. But if you can just play to your strengths, you don't have to work as hard. We make it too complicated on ourselves. And I'm just now slowly getting the hang of that, like... I'll talk about that in a second. I want to finish reading chat. I don't know who my audience is. That's fair. It's hard to pick an audience. What I've done for me in trying to find my audience is picking people that I'm inspired by and saying it's people who watch them. And I'm not looking at those people as competition, but more so as inspiration and how I'm trying to incorporate their themes into my videos to some degree. So a lot of my upcoming stuff is heavily inspired by the people I grew up watching. So I'm hoping that you guys will see Old School Grian, Mumbo Jumbo, Asuma Void, Good Times of Scar kind of deal, because I grew up watching Hermitcraft, and that's what I really love, and what I really want to make, truthfully. So I'm hopeful that that'll turn out well. I can't say for certain whether it will or it won't, but if it does, that's great. If it doesn't, then oh well. Other King, Jinx, how's it going, dude? I need to put down you. And I want to pick up one of you. yeah, we'll go with that. And then over here, we'll do the warp stuff. Okay. Just like peeps who like Minecraft, I guess. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's a good wide net. That's awesome. Currently taking notes on paper. Most of this is easy fix, like letting the people know what you're doing before doing it. Time lapses. Yeah. Yeah, you are doing an incredible job just by that fact. Most people, when they take advice, they kind of either just promise themselves that they'll remember and then they don't really remember, or they don't take it and they brush it off saying it was only one person that said that. I applaud you heavily for taking feedback, because that's a rare thing, in all honesty. You're doing all the right steps. I saw you in the ancient Egypt hieroglyphics, bruh. That's insane. How do you think they come up with these names? Like, someone can't just think, I'll name this waxed lightly weathered cut copper stairs. Like, how? That one was a product of a poor naming scheme. Just due to the fact that copper was supposed to age, so he was like, oh yeah, light weathered cut copper, because we have different types of copper blocks, so we gotta distinguish each copper, but then we gotta distinguish each weathering, but then we also gotta distinguish whether or not it's waxed, and it's like, bruh. Then you end up with, like you said, waxed cut, or waxed lightly weathered. What is it called? Hang on. Wax exposed cut copper stairs, or wax weathered cut copper stairs. It's a choice. It's very much a choice. Am I using the right language? I'm sorry. My voice cracked a little bit. Okay, I'm using US English. Gotcha. I was gonna say, sometimes I use the wrong English. Sometimes I'm on New Zealand or United Kingdom just because I'm not paying attention and I quickly click in. So I wasn't sure if I had accidentally selected the wrong one on this client. Have you ever been caught sneaking out of class? I can't say I have, but I was homeschooled, so there was no class to sneak out of. Dude, did you decide the name of the new duck? Oh, I gotta show stream. I've been 3D printing ducks again. And so I've got the Incredible Dolt. It's just the Hulk with a duck face, duck head, which I love. And then we got this guy, and I wasn't sure what to call him, but Jinx had a great idea, and we should just name him Nathan. I don't know. I feel like naming him after Nathan might be a good idea. It might be. I don't know. I needed to print another duck, but I don't have any more to print yet. I'm kind of thinking I got another silly print I want to do. I don't know if I'll do it or not though. But it's very silly. I want it. You should switch your language to Pirate Speak, plus it was changed to Expose. Oh, okay, I didn't know they changed the naming or not on that. Hello, Spicy. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Did we already confirm we were both homeschooled? Why are we the same? I did not know you were homeschooled. No. That is news to me, I think. We have this energy about ourselves, so I kind of like had like a small feeling, but I didn't know. So that is news. But yeah, you had that homeschool energy just a little bit. Not that that's a bad thing. That is not a bad thing. And you're not weird. because I know that's kind of the stereotype that homeschoolers are weird. They're not weird. There's a different energy, but it's not that they're weird. Usually they're actually more sociable because they know how to talk to everybody because they have no choice but to. Like, I've found that most homeschoolers can talk to any age group. They can talk to them about just about anything, purely because who else are they gonna talk to? Like, nobody else is gonna talk to them. I was a homeschooler. Who was gonna talk to me? No one. So I talk to old people sometimes, which admittedly might include me. Now that I think about it. Warped vines? Where's the warped? Twisting vines, what? I don't remember them calling it that, but okay. They must have. Okay, anyway, but I'm pretty decent at talking to most people. I don't know that to be 100% true, because sometimes it's a little awkward, especially when you're meeting somebody from the internet in person, because I could talk to anybody on the internet for a decent amount of time just fine. Talked to somebody the other day for 8 hours, just on a whim. Like, it's not hard. But it does get a little difficult when you're trying to transcend that barrier from online to in person, because then you gotta like figure out what that feels like. But by like day 2 or 3, usually I'm good with online people in person as well. There'd be the homeschool Spidey sense tingling. I know, it was just like, you're like me. Spicy, thank you for becoming a channel member on YouTube. Appreciate it, dude. I am weird. You're weird in your own quirky ways, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know exactly. They tend to be way too broad. Like, bro, I want to talk about Fortnite or something, not the news. No offense. Fortnite's so boring to talk about, though. Like, no offense if that's your thing. It's just like, what is there to talk about with it? I get, some people have talked to me about Fortnite a couple of times, and like, I can only hear you talk about your dubs so many times before I'm like, you know, I think you're making it up. Most people who are like, oh, I got I killed 5 people at this one time, and like, I can believe that. But how many times do I hear you talk about your insane plays before it's just like, okay, what do we talk about now? Like, I can only hear so many play of the games before it's kind of like, what now? We can talk about the next update where they add like another gun, but it's just like a reskin of an old gun, probably. What about, like, I don't know, they do a new event every couple of weeks, right? So we can talk about their next season, which is coming out probably tomorrow, because it feels like that's the case. I don't know, I used to play Fortnite. I have nothing against it. There's not a whole lot to talk about with it to me. Politics is boring. I don't love talking about that. Now, if it's a person who can actually take some amount of disagreement, it's not bad. The news isn't a terrible thing to talk about to some degree. My much more preferred topic, though, is about you as a person. I want to know about you, not the things you do, the people that you hang out with. I want to know about you. And those things that you do and the people that you hang out with do influence you to a certain degree, and they are a part of you, but they're not you, you know? And that's what I want at the end of the day, is to know more about you guys. Thank you for the lurk. Appreciate it, Spicy. Thank you, thank you. Minecraft theology, best topics. Heck yeah, we love theology. Fortnite has collabed with literally everyone. That's true. They have collabed with just about everyone. Who's going to the next fake concert in game? Snoop Dogg for the 10th time. Yeah, Fortnite's it's a place. It's a thing. I don't know. I know everybody has their thing. So that's why I don't trash on it. Minecraft is my thing. And I really appreciate when people don't trash on it. But it's just I can't get into it. It's so repetitive. But I used to play it like a lot. I used to be really good at it, in fact. I can't do it anymore. Alright. Minecraft is trash. We were, as the kids say, goated. Crazy. Autocorrect is gonna make me delete my keyboard. We were goated, as the kids would say. I would agree with you, Admiral. Okay. I think I'm caught up on chat now. So I can talk about the other thing. Which was, we were talking about videos and working within your means and all that. I'm starting to figure out a little bit about what my means are. You know, I think we finished. I think, anyway, I think we finished all of our 1.16 build for now. I could have missed a few things. I don't think I did, though. Jellycats now spawn naturally in villages. That was a thing. I forgot jellycats were added to the game. Anyway, I went to the doctor Tuesday? Yeah. And you guys are like, I already told you guys I was gonna be tired, and I meant it. I was tired, in fact. Oh. This is gonna be fun. Huh. Okay. So, okay, we'll work on that in a second. I just wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys about this because it's interesting. It's a topic, and it'll be like a whole other few topics, I'm sure. So basically, went to the doctor, and he was confused. He was confused, because I don't meet like any of the metrics except for a few. And I meet them by a large degree. So he did the Brighton scoring, which for those of you who don't know is basically hypermobility testing for... It's largely targeted at adolescents, but it does work on adults as well. And basically it just means I let my body pretty well go limp. And then he pulls on my limbs until he figures out if they're hypermobile, which basically means, do they bend beyond what they're supposed to? He did, and he was like trying to play around with my hand here, and he could get it to touch. You know, it's not hard to get my thumb to touch my wrist. It's not, but he couldn't get it quite far enough while it's lax in its natural state. So he couldn't give me a full point there, although he was like, you go much farther than most people, you just don't go far enough for the test. And he pulled on my elbows, and he's like, your elbow cracks, but it doesn't bend to a negative degree, so we can't count that. Same thing with your other elbow. It doesn't crack, it doesn't bend to a negative degree, so we can't count that. My left kneecap, it bends to a negative degree and it cracks, but it didn't bend far enough to a negative degree to count in the Brighton scoring, so I didn't get a point for that. My other knee was perfectly normal. He's like, you got weird kneecaps. Sorry, can't do anything for that. Then he pulled out my hand and he's like, I just want you to breathe. Just relax. And then he went, boop. Like, just, that's my pinky full 90 degrees backward. He's like, well, I can tell you this. Your pinkies give you at least 2 points. I'm like, okay, I'll take that. He's like, obviously I can't give you the scoring as a pass. You failed the exam, which is a good thing, technically. You don't want to pass that unless you're just trying to get answers. He's like, I can't give you any diagnosis other than, he's like, well, let me ask you one question. Pull on your skin. I pulled on my skin, and he's like, okay. Pull on your other skin. I was like, okay. Boop. And he's like, okay, now pull on your other skin. And I pulled on my arm. He's like, your skin is stretchier than most people's, but it's not stretchy enough. He's like, so I'm giving you skin laxity and small joint laxity. AKA, you have some of your joints are lax, which means they're loose, essentially, for lack of a better word. But they're not loose enough to be considered for hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is what I was getting tested for. But he wanted to still run a genetic test, so he ordered that in. I should be getting it in tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be sending it in tomorrow. I may wait and take it on Monday or Tuesday so that it gets to the lab at a decent time and with decent sample, with as little decay to the DNA as possible. I want to give him a very good chance at figuring out what's wrong with me. He doesn't think anything will show up on it, but he gave me a small diagnosis that would fit under the, it's weird. The way he said it makes it sound like I don't have it, but he gave it a diagnosis to say that for now I will allow you to have it. He put me under the Ehlers-Danlos syndrome umbrella, but I don't have it. So I can get access to the resources to make me live with it a little bit better. I can get the accommodations and all that, but I knew I won. I won, if you can call it that, when he started listing off my rights. He was like, now listen, there's this thing called GINA, called GINA. And basically that means they can't discriminate against you based on your genetics. And my shoulders kind of slumped for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, this is a good thing. Like, he was like reading off my rights. It's like, you know when you get arrested and they start reading off your Miranda rights? That's what it felt like. So I'm broke, just not, like you said, not, I'm stretchy, but not that stretchy. I'm odd, but not that odd. I'm weird, but not that weird. But I have access to a lot of the resources I need now with that. So if I need to get into a cardiologist, I can get seen really quickly because of that. If I need to get pain management, I'm good there. You know, he looked over everything. My BMI is like really bad. After eating, my BMI was 17.2, which is 1 point away from being like the really bad underweight, from my understanding. That was after eating, so I gotta fix that sort of, but nobody seems that concerned about it. So I don't know, maybe I'm the only one. Maybe I'm lagging. It's okay, me too. It's not going so hot. I'll stand still so that it has less packets to send. At least you got some answers. Yes. So all that ties into a specific thought, which was basically videos. I need to work within my means. So I've been looking into how Good Times with Scar does his stuff, because if Scar can do it, I can do it. That's my theory, right? For those of you who haven't seen Good Times with Scar, he has got some sort of, I believe it was neuromuscular disease, which basically means his muscles don't work as good as they should. And so he's wheelchair bound, and he's, you know, he can't breathe without a breathing tube and all these other things. Like, he's got it, probably the worst stroke of luck in life that you could have in terms of medical diagnosis. So I've been looking into how he does his process so that I can not copy it, but mimic parts of it for what I need. Because there are a lot of days where it's really tiring to just sit up. It's tiring to do some of these higher energy tasks, and so I'm trying to look into how he does his stuff so that I can kind of lump that into my process, and hopefully I can get videos out for you guys. I don't know if it'll work. That's my hope. Otherwise, I gotta kind of reconfigure everything a little bit. I want to see if I can fix up like an old laptop, like a really old laptop, and just remote into my PC from it, because like my bed's right back there. You guys can see it. It's not far. So if I could remote into my PC and just use with the laptop, I could at least edit from bed. And that would be good. So that's something I'm considering. I don't know if it'll work, but we'll see. There's all sorts of things I can do, though. Having a diagnosis, they can't fix it. Whatever it is, we're like 99.99% sure they will not be able to fix it. But we know now, and we can we have tools now that I have access to. And the only downside is that my life insurance probably is going to be more expensive from here on out. Because they're like the exception to the rule, where they can't really discriminate on you because it is more risky for an insurance company to take you. Just to some degree with genetics, that's the case. But with my specific thing, I don't think that's true entirely. So we're fine. Unless they find something really concerning in the genes. Which we'll get there when we get there. I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to worry about it at all. I want a sandwich. Sandwiches are good. I like sandwiches. I hardly eat very much, though. Today I woke up and I was like, I'm not hungry. Okay, whatever. I went, helped my dad with something. Came home. I realized it had been 24 hours since I ate. Wasn't hungry. Like, I need to eat. So I ate. It wasn't a fun process to get myself to eat, but I did it because I knew I needed to. And I ate again a couple hours ago, so I've eaten twice today. I'm not starving myself. I don't get hungry. I almost always eat purely for the sake of eating, not because I'm hungry. Weird. Autocorrect almost got me banned from Twitch. It's true. It is true. Hello, Navin. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. How's your thumb go that far? Oh, this far? I don't know. It's actually really from my wrist, but my thumb is pretty lax. Most people's thumb can't pop out like that, from my understanding. Like, mine actually properly almost... I wouldn't say that's a subluxation or a dislocation of any kind. But most people's can't do that, and so that's why I have a lot more laxity there. I don't know. I can't go more than 30 degrees. Oof. Flexible, but not that flexible. At least get some answers. Get the boy sandwich. I want a sandwich. I got pizza. Pizza's good. We love pizza. I had pizza today. Bro, we just had pizza. You eat your growing young glad. I think I'm done growing. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe not. I might be. I hope I'm done. I don't know. I don't want to buy more pants. You know you're an adult when. Word, I love Scar. You see that MCC win last week at TwitchCon? I didn't get to watch it, but I did see that they won, and that was so heartwarming. I love Scar. Scar actually pops off during MCC. He's like one of the least likely suspects when it comes to it, but he's actually like, he locks in. He's awesome. We love Scar. We love Scar in this household. It was Scar, Jim, Grian, and who was the other guy? Or girl? It was a girl. I think. Who was it? I don't know. It was somebody else, though. I know that much. Fruit berries guy? Oh, it was a guy. Hang on, now I gotta look this up. Hold on. MCC pink parrots. I think it was pink parrots, right? Copper crown, yeah. Fruit berries, you're right. It is fruit berries. Honestly, that was a stacked team. What were they thinking making that team? Fruit berries is like... Fruit berries, like, is a legend at Bed Wars, if I'm not mistaken. Gemini Tay is well known to be like a sleeper agent when it comes to PvP. Grian and Scar, they just lock in when they have to on anything. That was a stacked team. What were they thinking? What the heck? Like, I want to see the teams. No. None of these teams, like, I don't mean to be that guy, but I don't think any of these teams had a completely and totally fair shot. Why? What? I mean, maybe it was just who was going to TwitchCon anyway. So they were just like, hey, you know, just sign up, get on the team, do what you want to do. But... man, that was a really good team. Really, really, really good team. Water Ghost, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. What did I come in on? Flexibility. And fan, did you see your doc? Nope, must have missed it while cooking pizza. I got you. We called him the fan. He's just this little guy. But, he's got these little legs. And, he's beautiful, isn't he? I love him. He was gonna be bigger, but I didn't want to spend the time printing him. So maybe we'll get a bigger Nefan one day, but right now he's like... he's just a little guy. It's really easy to drop. And then I also printed this guy, the Incredible Dolt, which is just a dot on the Hulk's body. Because why not? I know exactly what I'm printing next, so don't you guys worry. I've made up my mind now. What's going on here? I'm sorry, I'm getting pinged. I'm getting pinged. Bum. Okay. Yeah, we're good now. We're good. Okay. How many ads? 6, 7, 4, 10 total. Bro getting paid. Hey. Welcome back, Jinx. I'm sorry about the ads. I hate them. I know. They're bad. But you guys won't have them for another hour, so hopefully that's good. Now I have a duck and a brown panda named after me. There's a couple of jokes there. I can't say any of them right now. Ay. The one with pants look fancy, so I said I was a fan, and you make duck noises and stream. Quack. Quack, quack. Okay, there we go. And getting hit with a lot of notifications all of a sudden. Come on. We good now? Yeah? Good. Jeez. Why am I so salty about notifications? It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. I know you're thinking, Reg. I'm not going to finish the sentence. Okay. I'm glad we're on the same page. There's a lot of really solid joke opportunity there. I should be a comedian, guys. Just trust me. I had some good other names too. Yes, Marvin the Tap Dancing Duck was honestly a close second for me. It was a really close second. Is it clear that I've given up? I feel like it's clear I've given up. I shouldn't give up, but I think it's clear I have. It's not a good thing. Okay, what's in 1.17? At the very least, we need to do that. Huh. Okay, the biomes that they added were not available because Mojang removed. Well, they didn't remove it. They didn't exist yet. They existed, but they only existed in certain versions of biome generation, so that didn't work. You're just making our streams lag jumping around. That's the way I like it. Hello, Coral. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Hello. Azalea trees generate above lush caves, either on the surface or underground. But lush caves did not generate in normal worlds. So, azalea trees never generated in normal worlds in 1.17. Now, there was one that generated in 1.17, which was the amethyst geode. So I can add one of those. Outside of that, I quite frankly don't know. Mineshafts started using chains. Outside of that, though, nothing. Nothing really at all. Like, there was no world gen changes. They changed textures of ores. And they added all the blocks, but they didn't add any... They didn't add any, biomes to normal world gens, so I won't include them. Holy cow. Oh, I forgot they added candles. Right, that was in that version of the game. We're getting really close to current Minecraft. Oh my goodness. I hate this vertical phone UI. I said the same. You can click the button to go back to classic if you haven't already. Yes, do it. Do it. I will ask, because Twitch is gonna ask me for feedback. What do you guys hate most about the vertical phone UI? It's all good if you don't have an answer on that, but ideally, I can pass that on to them, and maybe they'll fix it. Geode. Okay, template is not going to give it to me, but that one will. Failed to place. Slash set block. Stone. Just because it used to be able to generate here doesn't mean it will anymore. I don't like chat overlaying the video, makes it hard to read and scroll through, etc. Okay, I gotcha. I'll see if I can pass that on, though. Ideally, there's a couple of ways they could fix that. Still keeping it overlaying, but making it so you can at least read and scroll through it. There's a few ways I could see that working. Ultimately, I think it should still stay a toggle. I think ultimately they're developing for two different audiences and they need to be aware of that. Okay, it really doesn't want to let me place this geode. But I think they should keep developing for two audiences because people who don't like YouTube Shorts and people who don't like TikTok, they need somewhere to be. And if Twitch is that place, that's awesome. That's great for Twitch. It just doesn't want to let me place it. Okay. This is one of those things that I just really detest about how this works. These commands are not good. They're a good idea, but they're not good. And execution is just not good. I'm sorry, but I mean it. Okay. Ha! Foot cramp. Okay. Ow. Alright, it looks like geodes now only generate above, no longer generate above Y30. So if I come down here, okay. I don't know. That did not work. I thought it would work. It did not. Okay, that's whatever. Going to play Smash Bros with my nephew. Have a good one. All right, sounds good, Jinx. Enjoy the Smash Brothers. Try not to beat your nephew too badly. I hope you have a good time. Alright, what are my other options here? Do we have, like, a schematic of the thing? I technically do. There are 3 sizes: small, medium, and large. Which one am I looking at? Is this a small, medium, or large? Because I want a small. I want a small. But I don't have a small. It's 15 layers. I'm so confused. Okay, you know what? I will just do it. I'll suck it up and build a big one. Does it sound like I'm done with the world yet, guys? Because I'm not trying to sound done, but I might be. I'm sorry, there's like something something happening in my DMs, and I'm special advice kind of stuff. Hi, oh. Y'all ever get foot cramps twice in like a couple minutes? I'm not gonna cry, but like, it's not fun. It's not fun. Okay. I need to stop flexing my arches or something. It's terrible. It's awful. Okay, what is that? Smooth basalt? Yeah. Okay, so we need smooth basalt. We need calcite. We need block of amethyst. Where's block? Purple. Amethyst. Boop. Boop. And then we'll just kind of put some amethyst clusters in there as I see fit. Okay. How do I build it? So it's like a 1, and a 2, and a 3. And then we do like a boom boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. Aha! As you can see, I can follow this lovely schematic here. It's not the greatest thing I've ever seen in the world, but it is a thing. How? Okay, hang on. I'm sorry. give me like one. I don't think that's right. That might not be right. Okay, hang on. Okay. Uh, There we go. Alright. Okay. This is still Minecraft. And I'm still doing it. So it's that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I backwards? I might be backwards. I don't. I'm somewhere. That should be 4. Everything needs to be shifted over 1. I think. I don't know, guys. I'm not a master builder by any means. Really building it by hand. I am Mixty. It's so... It is a choice. It is a choice. Yeah. This is fun. Alright. This still doesn't look right. Something's off. How am I off? Because that's supposed to be a 3, and it's supposed to be like that. And that's supposed to be a 5. Okay, problem solved, guys. I know what I'm doing. See, I am a master builder. I am the special. Just trust me, guys. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know. This layer sucks. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think this is right. You know what? If it's wrong, nobody will know. Like, that's the cool part about this. No one will know except you guys. And you guys wouldn't rat out me, right? Right, guys? Give me a second. Give me a hot second. There we go. All right. One. Okay. And then this side is kind of like that. 4. Yeah? It doesn't. English has left the building. It's just it doesn't. I could have avoided this. You know, it's it's a frustrating build because it's just if Minecraft was like actually it is a good game. Give me okay, like give me like 3 minutes really quick, guys. I'm gonna take care of this. Boop. Hey guys, sorry about that. I'm back. Welcome on in, Raiders. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Dejected Ninja. How are you doing? Let me get you some shout outs here. Just in time. How are you doing, Raiders? I'm sorry that the sound didn't play. I need to set up that scene a little bit better. You guys haven't already, be sure to follow Dejected Ninja. It doesn't say what you guys are playing, but I'm assuming if you're with Mr. Fitz, then it was probably some Minecraft. How's it going, Mr. Fitz? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Catch you guys up to speed here. We're building every single Minecraft update. We are currently on Minecraft 1.17, which was Caves and Cliffs Part 1. And, it's not a very big update, funnily enough. It's just like a geode in terms of world gen. But it's an interesting update nonetheless. It adds lots of blocks and mobs. So, we're quickly building that up. Not sure I'm a fan of vertical. I did try a bit on the other app. What are your thoughts on it? So far, I mean, I've not gotten to watch a vertical stream on Twitch. I do both still, so I'm still doing both the horizontal and vertical. If you are on your phone right now, you can go into classic view. If you tap the stream, there's like a little button that you can press. From my understanding, it's been commonly said that we don't like how the chat is displayed, because Twitch, the chat culture is a lot better than on other platforms, so we want to be able to see that chat all the time. Whereas on places like YouTube and TikTok, it's not about chatting with other people usually, so you're just saying something out into the void. Whereas Twitch, it's much more expected where chatters are talking to each other, they want to know the full context. I like that view a lot better, probably. I've not gotten a chance to watch somebody else on my phone. I usually watch on PC only, but when I am out and about, I do like having the ability to watch on my phone in a vertical format if I'm only watching on my phone and I'm not chatting. If I'm just like lurking. Like if I was watching Avid MC, I would probably watch him on my phone using vertical because I don't usually chat in his streams. Swiftu, thank you for submitting your taxes. 40 total. Halftime at football game. Who's winning? Are you guys winning? Welcome on in, Swiftu. Hope you're doing well. Hope football has been fun, and I hope your band stuff has been going well. Can also confirm your vertical stream is working. I've heard a lot of feedback on it today. I may need to update my layout for it. We'll see. I don't know. Emmy, thank you for submitting your taxes. Kit, how are you doing? Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. How'd this stream get here? No clue. No clue. You know, there's just like a little magical button. I press it sometimes and boom. Live. Also, Emmy, thank you for submitting your taxes. Appreciate you both. Or all three of you, I suppose. Found it. Heck yeah. Vertical stream looking amazing. Appreciate it. Thank you, homie. Emmy indeed. We're losing 7-17. Oof. It's okay. I believe in you guys. You're gonna have a comeback of the century, okay? You're gonna rile up the spirits, because nothing can defeat the human spirit. You'll never beat the human will. Ever. 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 How much more gravelly can I make my voice? Like, I'm gonna start, like, sound like a chain smoker before long. Keep mining in vid or time-lapse with mild voiceover. You'll never defeat God. I'm glad somebody got it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Admiral. Based on GPT, we lose 29-17. That's not awful. Let's see. I would say If you're asking if you should do mining or a time lapse with a voiceover, I would do a time lapse. I'm a sucker for time lapse though, so I don't know. That's just me personally. But you'll start. You gotta go with whatever your personal preferences, I would say. Kit, watch time, dude. For some reason, none of my lurks recently on any stream have been counting. Let's see if it's here too. 53.17 hours. Oof, jeez. Crazy hours, dude. I will say, I know Twitch has been cracking down on it a lot more lately. If they're registering more than 2 lurks on your IP, they may not count any of them. It used to be they would only count 2 even if you had more than 2, but they're now cracking down on it because they're suspecting you as a view bot. I don't think anybody's been banned for it, but I have heard that they've been not counting lurkers in their entirety if you're on more than 2 streams. But it seems like it's counting you here at least, so that's awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, homie. 48.83 hours from SwiftDo. Get wrecked. The fan with 92.58 hours. Dude, what the heck? That's on my alt only. That's true. Your other account is like a couple hundred probably. Mythically Emmy with 19.67. That's an insane amount already. Admiral taking the cake at 2,142.58 hours of watch time. And I'm just gonna come in here and humble you all. You ready for this? 3,790 hours. Mind you, I've streamed more than that. You ready? You want to hear my actual stream numbers? Like, oh, August 2nd, 2021. It just broke the dashboard trying to calculate 1,545 days. I have streamed on Twitch a total of 4,301 hours and 18 minutes. I'll take my medal now or something like that. That's a long time with an average of 5.5 viewers. What's the watch time on that? I'm curious. Minutes watched. That's 1.42 million minutes. Oh my gosh. Also, Kit, thank you so much for the bits. I appreciate it. Some Kit bits thrown my way. Save your money though, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. You haven't mogged, as the kids would say. What? What does mogged even mean? Like, actually, what does mogged mean? What does mogged mean? Outperformed or outclassed? What does it come from? Where does mogged is believed to originate from a mog, alpha male of the group. That doesn't make any sense, but okay. Yeah, get mogged, nerds. Oh boy. Let's see. Coral with 247.25 hours. Oh my gosh, you all are insane. Appreciate your support, genuinely, guys. It's the first mining trip, but I also want to build a thing. Okay. In that case, to make room for both things, I would do a time lapse. I think Mumbo Jumbo did it. I know it for a fact. It was either episode 0 or episode 1 of Hermitcraft season 5. He would do these. He used to do these time lapse chats, but I know for a fact it was in one of those episodes because it was one of the first videos I watched by him. And it encapsulated me, dude. I was watching and I was like, bro, I've never seen somebody do a time lapse and a talk at the same time. Do a time lapse chat. Those things are awesome. It lets you talk about whatever you want to talk about, kind of like a stream, but it lets you show off all the progress that would have been done in that time as well. It's awesome. Dab from Kit, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. How do I get the streams to go back to the normal way? So out of vertical view, if you tap the stream on your phone and then press classic view. Yeah, what Coral said. My old man brain activated. I was like, I don't remember I don't remember what the question is, and I don't remember how to answer the question. I'm only at 873 hours streamed. That's not bad. I've been streaming for a long time, and I streamed full time for 4 years. So, like, almost 1,000 hours from you is really good, Emmy. That is really, really good. I don't know how long you've been streaming for, but I wish I could say I streamed efficiently. There was probably about a solid year there where I was streaming and I didn't ever take time to think about getting better. And I never spent time optimizing myself to be halfway decent as a streamer, you know? I didn't take feedback. I didn't learn. I just streamed. And I realize now that, like, killed it for me. Like, I should not have done that. I highly recommend everybody here, after every stream, just, like, take a small look at it and go, what was one thing I liked? What's one thing I didn't like? And iterate off of that. So, what's one thing I liked so far in this stream? I liked how much progress I've made in 2.5 hours. So I added that little thing back there, the pillager outpost. I added this whole section of the buzzy bees. I added 1.16, and I've almost got 1.17 done. So that's 1, 2, 3 updates almost done in the course of a little under 3 hours. And I also added onto that update back there. So, like, that's pretty decent. What do I not like? I feel like I've not been as attentive to chat as I should be. I feel like I've probably missed a couple of messages, and if I did, paste them. I don't care. You guys can... Don't spam me, but you can paste it if I've missed it. Or if I feel like I've waited too long to answer some of you, so like, Hatboro, you don't even know I've seen your message, but I've seen it, and I will respond to it. I'm trying to respond to everybody else, and I need to get more good at that. So that's like my two things right now, I feel like, is I like the progress. I don't like that I've not read chat as quickly as I should. But if everybody could do that after every single stream, give yourself about a month, and you'll be a completely different streamer, probably. Well, probably not completely different, but you'll see. You'll look back eventually. You'll go, whoa, that's not the same guy or girl or whatever. You know, it's crazy seeing just how far you can really come. Been streaming on and off since 2020. Had a 2-year gap though. That's not bad. That's not bad at all though. Yeah, you're doing good. 2020 was a good year. A lot of people now Q, everybody going, what about this king? Or Reg, whatever you guys call me now. What about this? Just don't worry about it. Don't get me wrong. COVID kind of sucked. But it was like the best years of my life. Like, I'm not trying to negate everybody else's pain, but that was like a paradise for me, dude. I was chilling. What's this? Yeah? No, yeah? Yeah. 4. Boop. Alright. From here, it's 3. 1, 2, 3, and it goes like that, I think. Guys, I don't know. Boop, 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 boop. So... I don't want to build this. Like, is it okay for me to say that? I don't want to build this right now. Am I going to anyway? Yes. there's this thing called suffering. And I believe the quote is like, you don't get to choose how you suffer, but you can choose what you do with that. So therefore suffer well, or something like that. That's probably not at all how the quote goes. But if you suffer well, then like, this is my persecution, guys. I feel deeply hurt by having to do this. It's 2, and then a 1, and a 1, and then like that 1 goes way over here. My mom's car got stolen. What the heck? I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully they either find the car or find the guy who stole the car. Is your mom okay? That doesn't look right, but I'm going with it. My voice is cracking, guys. What happened? I took 3 days off in a row, and this is what happens to me. What the heck? Ay, ay, ay. Did I not? I drank my coffee already. It occurred to me, earlier this year, or week, actually, no, this week. What triggered that thought even? I don't know, but it occurred to me earlier. I have never taken like an actual break from streaming. Like ever. I've never taken a break from any form of content. I'm lost. Is it this way? Yeah, it's this way. Okay, that's why I can't figure it out. I've never taken a break from content. Like ever. It's always just been go, go, go. Which is fine. I like that. But I've noticed that that's probably not good, for one. And for 2, I don't know. I would like to get to the point where I could take a break. And so I've been thinking about what that would take for me to get there. Not because I want, like, to quit at all. That's not at all the case. It's actually just, I've realized, as I get older, that there's a lot of emergencies that just come up. 1, 2, 3. And so you should always plan those out, because to not plan on an emergency is probably the most dumb thing I could do. And I've done that for a while now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I really need to get better about it. So I've kind of decided that, like, I want to start grinding out and getting, like, a bunch of videos recorded and edited. And try to make some really good progress on that. And I'd like to get to the point where I'm, like, a month or 2 ahead. So that any given time, I can just take off. And then I show up later and I'm like, hey guys, you didn't know, except for the lack of streams, but you didn't know I was gone. I'm back now. And that sounds so nice. So I'm kind of working on a plan for that. Obviously, if I keep making Minecraft update videos, that's not a sustainable... You can't pre-record those. So I'm trying to diversify the content a little bit there. And I've got a pretty cool idea coming up. That is not too far away. Hopefully, I'm wanting to get that done before Christmas, so that well, it's a little early to say anything for certain, but I've been informed by my mom that everybody's coming in for Christmas. Which means, you know, my brother and his family and my sister and her family are coming in. That means we're getting 3, 4... We're getting 8 more bodies in the house. And there's not really room for 8 more people in the house. And so I've been told that there may be a chance I'm not in this space. Wait, I'm coming to Christmas this year? I know. It's a surprise to me too, Admiral, but you're actually invited to Christmas. But I may not be in this space, so I may not be able to stream and I may not be able to record videos, and that kind of sucks because Christmas season is like peak for videos and streams. You know, that's when everybody's off of school. So I'm gonna make do with what I've got. You take a crappy situation and you try to make... That's about as much as anyone can do. That's not correct. So I'm working out that in my head. But I don't know how that's gonna turn out just yet. So, not official news there, but like, don't expect much from me out of Christmas. I wasn't intending to do a bunch of streaming around Christmas anyway, because with the family coming over, I did want to hang out with them. But I was hoping to get some videos done, or at least work on Omnia, while they were all napping and such. Because that's the most boring part. My family comes over, you know what they do? They nap. Like, it's all well and good to nap. I don't detest nap in its entirety. I took an involuntary nap the other day. It was not my proudest moment, but I found myself waking up to my phone buzzing, and I was like, oh, I'm alive. I forgot that I can just, like, exist, apparently. So that happened. Where's... Yeah, it's right there, okay. It's literally the same exact thing. Okay. But yeah, I woke up from an involuntary nap. So I don't detest naps entirely, but what I really hate is when family comes over and then they all nap. And I'm not much of a napper, but because they're using my space to nap, I can't work. I'm a workaholic, I know. But I feel like I'm justified. Am I? Can I be? Because I feel like I am. But maybe I'm not. I don't know. It's just, it's one of those things. It bugs me slightly. Think of like all the cool things I could do if I weren't nerfed by my family. I'm too powerful without them. That's why I have them. My one weakness. Family. I may just try to evacuate my setup somewhere else. We've got like a... we got like a little shed outside. It's gonna be so cold. So I probably shouldn't. But... part of me wonders if I just like set up my PC out there. It's gonna be well below operating temps. So I'm gonna have to like preheat the whole room with a space heater. I could stream outside. Like all that's out there is a few tables, some storage, and a freezer. That's all that's out there. So like, if worse comes to worse, I might do that. Well, we'll have to wait and see. This is like a lot less circular than I remembered it being. spherical, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it goes. I think it's starting to curve in now. I don't... Maybe it's not. Four, 1, 3, 2, 1, 5. That's 5. Yeah, no, it is almost a carbon copy of every single layer. Gotcha. Okay. It looks like this one's, yeah, this is the same exact deal. It's just a boop, boop, boop kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah. Words. I really wish the command to just do, you know, /place feature would work. So it'd save me so much pain. But no. Why would Minecraft work the way you think it would? It would be too easy. It's the same thing. Every single layer is the same exact thing. I'm not bugging, am I? Like, it is, according to this website, it is the same. Okay. I still gotta cut into this, too. Like, that's awful. Okay. There's a point to what I was saying earlier, and I think I missed the point, and I don't remember what it was. But, yeah, Christmas, busy, videos, sporadic, but I want to get ahead because... yeah. Okay, something's off. So from this point of view, 4, 1 on each side. 3, 2, 1. Nope, I am good. What about layer 10? Hey, it changed. It shrunk a little bit. Okay. So it's gonna be boop, 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 boop. Up, 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 up. Something's not right. So it does that? With and it goes up and over 3. And this is supposed to be there, but this is supposed to be here. What? I built something wrong. I don't know how yet. Let's just focus on the calcite. 4, 1, 2. Can't be 3. 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. I don't know. By all means, I should be correct, and so I'm just gonna say it, therefore I am. There's like no shape to it whatsoever, but we're gonna pretend that that's just the way it is. It's the way the cookie crumbles. Okay. On the inside, 3. And on this side, it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It goes all the way across and then over like that. Okay, guys, we're doing it. Okay. Also, Emmy, thank you for the 5 stream streak. Appreciate your support. Yeah, stream streaks are a thing now. I can't see them on StreamerBot, so I need to like fix that really badly. I can't even see it on Twitch sometimes. Like right now, I can't see it. I see it in my alert feed. That's where I see it. But I need to probably make an alert feed. That way I can see everything you guys are saying and doing that doesn't show up for whatever reason. Okay, so we're from this angle again. We go inwards 1. Wait, what? No, I did it wrong. It's from this side, inwards 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 2. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boop. And then boop. It goes just short of that. I don't know what I'm doing, but I think it's working. and then like that. Okay? Because if I look at it from this point of view, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. And gonna go up like that. Like that. Because right here it's gonna be 3. And then right here it's 2. Right there it's 1. Okay, so then the rest of it is just surrounded by calcite. Actually, in its entirety it is. Up another layer. I still gotta cut into this thing, dude. Like, these geodes are great. I love them. They're so fun. 1, 2. Gonna stop on the 1 right there. This side will also stop on the 1. This will also stop on 2, 1. This side goes out till there's 2, then a 1, and a 1, 2, 3, and a 1 and a 1. Okay. Two. Yeah. 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. Rest fills in. Guys, we still have a couple more layers to go. Don't worry. You're still stuck with me for now. It's gonna be literally 3 hours by the time we finish. Why is my Spotify open? It's not playing anything, but it's using up resources. Not many, because it's probably using up like at most half a gig of RAM. Just because it can. But I seriously doubt it's using up even that much. 1, 2, 3, 4. Although album art takes up a surprising amount of resources. And then on top of that, depending on how high of a quality of a recording you're downloading, you may end up with a lot in your Spotify cache because of that. 3 hours more? Oh, jeez, no. No. As much as I love streaming, I'm tired. That energy, you know, we were talking about it earlier. That energy, it's great until it leaves. And then you're like, left wondering, man, when did I get so old? And I don't have any energy, like, hardly ever anymore. And it's making me sad. I don't know what happened. I just got old. Part of life, I suppose. Okay, that is a geode, I suppose. Now, the way geodes open is kind of a mystery to me, but I'm just gonna, like, absolutely cut the heck out of it. There's a joke I want to make there, but I'm gonna refrain. It's a little dark for stream. But we're gonna open up this side, okay? TNT the side off? That would have been smart. That would have been really, really smart, Nathan. I'm just gonna go with this, though, I think, because I'm so far gone. Okay. And then I just gotta put in some budding amethyst, like, boop, boop, boop. Okay, we'll go with that. Okay, chest. Chest. Chest, 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 chest. We need 2 of them. There's no doubt in my mind we may even need a 3rd. Like, 1.17 was humongous. And the reason I say that is because it has all the copper stuff and all the candle and all the deep slate. Like, it is a big update. All right, so it's block, waxed, block, waxed. So block, waxed, block, waxed, block, wax, block, wax. And then the cut copper. This is the part that might suck the most. I don't know. I'm gonna put you there, and you there. Boop. Boop. And boop. And boop. And then the slabs. Go. Up. I'm curious, how many achievements have I gotten? It's like, a lot of these are just about obtaining. So, like, I've obtained a lot of these things. But there's a lot of them that are also kind of, like, doing things. So I'm just curious, like, because I've picked up almost every single item in the game, what all that could be. That would be an interesting achievement. Why isn't that, like, an achievement? Collect every item in the game. Like, if you have the statistic that you picked it up, then therefore you have collected it. I don't know. That would be such an easy one. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit off topic. Exposed the more copper slabs. Exposed copper slab. And then the wax variant. And then the weathered variant. And then the wax weathered variant. And then the oxidized and the waxed oxidized. And then stairs. Oh, the stairs. copper almost fills up a chest in and of itself. That's the crazy thing. Waxed cut copper. The next one would be waxed exposed. Copper. And then it would be wax weathered and wax oxidized right there. And then, where's you? And you? Okay, then it's budding amethyst. Amethyst buds, rather. All of them. Boop, 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 boop. And more amethyst shards. Amethyst blocks and budding amethyst. The calcite in the game. Smooth basalt, right? Yeah? No, that's tough. Wait. Wait. Oh no. Did I make a mistake? Amethyst geode. History. Guys. Wait, no, wait. It was with smooth basalt. Okay. I was gonna say, originally it was actually with tough, just around it, but then they added smooth basalt around it afterwards, within that same snapshot cycle. So it's still within 1.7. I don't have to fix it. I died for a second there. I was like, I don't know if I have the willpower to fix that right now. I don't know where smooth basalt was added. I don't see it. There it is. It's between some of the ores. What about the grates and trapdoors? Those were added 1 point. It was whenever the crafter was added, so that would have been 1.21. No, 1.20. I think. I don't remember. It may. Huh. You know, I really don't know. Copper ingot trials update. It may have been then. Yeah, I honestly, I'm not entirely certain, if I'm honest. I always forget about the spyglass, but it's like one of my favorite things in the game. I need to get into using that some more. Another one is tinted glass. I never use it. I never, ever, ever use it. But it is actually a good block. It's very useful. I just don't touch it. Black, brown, red, orange. Candle. That's not how you spell candle. Yellow, lime, green, cyan, light blue, blue, purple, magenta. Oh. Boop, 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 boop. Thought trapdoor was earlier, not sure on greats. Never been into building with copper. I love copper, but I never build with it ever. I want to, and so I'm going to try to use it in my Twitch SMP base. Which we missed both Twitch SMP days this week. Both due to doctor visits keeping me tired, funnily enough. Snowy or snow? Where's like the... Is that the only way to place powdered snow? Like, even in creative? It is. Oh. Okay. In that case, boop. Powdered. Powder. It's was a big deal when they added snowier snow, guys. Everybody was so hyped. Okay, dripstone was added. I wouldn't have missed it if you didn't. Yeah, I kind of think... I don't know. I wish... I kind of wish I did try to stream on the day that I got back from one of my appointments. Not the one yesterday. That one I was just absolutely out of it. I was busy and all other things. So I don't regret canceling that one, but I kind of wish I did push through and do the stream on Tuesday. Because I do need to get that stuff done. And I've just not been doing a good job at it. I always forget Azalea has their own leaf type. I always think it's just oak. Boop. And boop. And then, I think they're just hanging roots, but I can never remember. Yeah. Okay. It's all good. Health comes first. I know. It doesn't mean I'm happy with that, but I know. Moss. Spore Blossom. I'd love to see more things like the Spore Blossom, in all honesty. Deep Slate. Polished Deep Slate. And then Chiseled Deep Slate. And Deep Slate Bricks. Deep Slate is such a good block, too. Kind of underutilized. You only live once, apparently. Apparently. You know, like... That's the saying. There's a clip of me somewhere out there saying you only live once, might as well make it short. And you know, I have no regrets saying such a thing. I don't know what possessed me to say it in the moment, but it's never been truer words to live by than now. Short, yeah. I was on something. Apparently. More Deep Slate. This time it's the walls. Okay, and then we need... I guess it's more Deep Slate. Yeah, it's cobbled Deep Slate. And then it's the ores. So it would be diamond, gold, iron, redstone, the next one would be lapis. Okay, I was like, I can't see that. That still looks like Deep Slate to me. So it would be lapis, smooth basalt, cracked Deep Slate, and then Deep Slate coal, copper, emerald. What's that? Infested Deep Slate. Do we... That is a thing. What? How did I miss that? I don't know. And then light blocks. Light blocks are such an underutilized thing, I feel like. That's such a handy block. Okay. 0, 1, 2. My foot. Cramping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. More light. I need more light. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What's that creature? The goat. The goat. Goat. And the ore. or the raw material. So raw copper, raw gold. This was like a big deal when they added the raw materials. I forgot about that. You could actually start fortuning your ores, which was awesome. Such a big feature. I'm so glad that they added that. It's something we forget about. This is also when they added the bundle, but you couldn't obtain it in survival. It was very interesting. Okay, that's that. That's good. We're done. We're chilling. I'm hungry. Are you hungry? Hungry for more? Then be sure to click the subscribe button if you're on YouTube or the follow button if you're on Twitch to make sure that you catch all of my streams. That was smooth, wasn't it? Not like I did not have that planned at all. But I appreciate you guys being here, genuinely. We are going to be wrapping up stream now. Yes, and join the Discord. It is the best way to keep up with the schedule because it's been very rocky lately. I think I've missed like 5 or 6 streams this month, which is like a whole week's worth of streams. I know I shouldn't stress about it, but I am acknowledging. If you guys want to make sure that you're not given false hope that I'm actually going to stream, like, just check the Discord. I'm always making sure I ping it and say, hey guys, not going to be there. So, you know, just throwing that out there. Also, there's videos and announcements and cool things like that. There's hopefully going to be some announcements about my video game coming out soon and how you guys can kind of help with that a bit more. Your eyes peeled. I got things coming towards you. We are going to be wrapping up stream, though. So, let me see. Who do we want to say hello to? What are you doing? Okay. Probably not that time. That's okay. What about... not... Well, let's see you. I've never actually seen your streams, but I followed you because somebody else mentioned you. We're gonna go say hi to a Lame Towel. They're playing on Clockcraft. I've heard of them. I've heard a couple of people talk about them, especially the SBK peeps. I think there was like a charity thing that they were also a part of recently with the American Heart Association. So, they're a pretty cool person from what I hear. Definitely hop in the raid, get some free channel points, and meet a cool streamer along the way. I appreciate all y'all for being here. YouTube, this is the end of the road for you guys. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.